Welcome back to Fun with Hydroponics. This video log is going to discuss having an assembly line of seedlings so that you always have backups ready to go. This is what we're after, a constant replacement of small seedlings just in case our outdoor activities don't go as planned. So collect those old seeds and let's get cracking. Okay guys, this is a video just to show start seeds. What I do is I just get like an egg carton. I cut it down to size. I kind of cut this side off here. But you want to poke holes in the bottom and do the same thing. This becomes pretty much your hydroponic starter kit. So what I do is I just take some paper towel and I cut those into squares and lay them on here as little beds for the seeds to grow on. Let me show you. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and cut these up, but make them a little bigger than a square because when you put them in, you kind of want them to climb the side a little bit. That way you can get more seeds onto them for each little segment here. So, you know, make sure it's just a little oversized so when you push it down, you get the maximum amount of paper towel area that you can put seeds on. So just let them soak up from below. And now you're ready to put your seeds on. We'll probably add a little water. This is almost nothing in the bottom of this tank, so we'll probably add a centimeter of water. I kind of collect seeds, kind of like people scrapbook, and try to keep them in a cool, dry place over the summer, of course. I save a lot of my seeds from the years before. For example, here's some dill that I saved. Just let it bolt at the end of the year. Here's that lettuce that it's kind of beautiful. I'm not exactly sure if it's the same as that or not. Here's some of that romaine speckled lettuce. Again, what is this one here? Boston lettuce. I let one go to seed. You can see the stalk here. And there's a whole bunch of seeds in there attached to it. So here's butternut squash. You'll find seed exchanges, places like libraries and gardening clubs where people just give away their seeds, or your neighbors, you know. So you're going to put some of those seeds in here, and let's do that now. So here's some Boston lettuce. You can see the little flowerets down there. You just pull those little flowerets, and that's where the seeds are. Can you see that? All those little seeds in there? That's from a flower. I'm pinching the other side of the flower there. Just make a little chart here, put the date on it, and then you just stick it to the top of this, and bam, you've got a little grow chamber for nothing. Now in the summer, you can put that outside. You have to be a little more careful though, because of the rain and evaporation. You want to have a cool spot that they don't dry out and scorch. So I'm just going to put these in the basement for now. But this is a great way to just keep it rolling all summer. Do something like that every three weeks or so, and you'll always have starters. Okay guys, here we are back in the basement. Put a good amount of water in there, you know, so you can really make sure they don't dry out. And you can leave them here, check them every few days maybe, make sure the water level's good. I mean, that's probably gonna last me a week here in the basement. I fill it up a little bit. I don't think you need tons, but at this early stage, you're not gonna flood them out. They're just seeds, they like to soak in water. Yeah, as long as it's fairly level, you don't need a whole lot of water in there. It'll just do its trick, and just keep a centimeter in there or so, or a little less when they get longer. And the roots will try to get out actually, but you're gonna pull them out and you're gonna move them over here into these kind of tanks. And you see these, I foolishly tried to put them outside when it was too hot one day and then too cold at night, and almost lost them all. So now I decided I'm just gonna leave a couple tanks in the basement and just kind of keep through the summer. Just kind of the refill cycle going. And I'll put these into the bins outside, but I only like to take maybe 2 to 4 at a time, because many times the water level isn't right, or the wind's really bad and they get pulled out of the container, or the sun's too hot and they die. So you don't want to like throw all your hard work out here in one go. And so trial and error, but why throw them all away at one time if you make a mistake? So just do a few at a time, and as these mature, and these are actually going to start sprouting here in a couple days, And probably within a week or less, I'll be able to put those back into these little net cups. Now these are just styrofoam bins. I kind of cut them down so the roots can get in there. And it's just static water. You can use a little bit of fertilizer, but not too much because they're just seedlings. They don't really need it. They could just use water. We'll try to combine the bigger ones in one and put the smaller ones in the other, because the smaller ones' roots will be shorter, and so I'll fill this all the way up to the lip there. We're pretty close, and make sure that the air roots don't dry out on me. So very easy. You get these net cups. Just cut up some. I use pool noodles. I've heard rock wool works well for some people. I have not gone there yet, but you just slide it in there, and you know, they just support your plant perfectly, I think. Those can go right on outside that way. And these net cups, of course, are the size I drilled the holes in the 27-gallon bins, so they fit really nice too. So yeah, very, very easy. I have very little space, as you see, 2 windows. That's about all I use for my starters. Really great for March, April, May. These are not hardened. These are growing in a basement window. When you grow them from this stage right there over to this stage outside, you can go right into the bin instead of these things, and the plants are somewhat hardened. They're kind of used to the hot days and the cold nights, so preferably go outside if you can. Anyway, nice to have both just in case the outside ones do die. Here's that alternative method I'm talking about, guys. I'm just gonna put some water in here. Doesn't matter if you get some dirt mixed in. Okay, I just cut that lid off. I don't think I'm gonna need it. Now, some people would leave it on and have smaller. The best thing would be fill the whole thing up with square or rectangular type containers that fit better. And then you could even leave the lid on as a little mini greenhouse, especially if it's still getting cold at night. Okay. The first time I'm just gonna water above. I don't think I'll disturb the seeds too much, but you get the idea. It doesn't have to be perfect. In a few days, they'll be big enough to support themselves. Just want to kind of keep water in, at least from below. I don't really worry about getting perfect or anything, because it'll take care of itself. We kind of have a rainy day, so I probably don't even need this. If it's really hot, I think this wouldn't hurt to kind of keep on top, just to prevent evaporation for the first few days while they're starting to sprout. Just some more ideas. Keep your production line seedlings going so that you can repopulate your tanks as you need to. So good luck. Thanks for watching.